This video demonstrates the installation of a ProtectaPet enclosure fence to enable your cat to explore your garden in safety. The enclosure fence allows you to build a completely freestanding cat fence within your garden, on either soft ground using ground spikes or on paving using bolt-down plates. All the kits come in multiples of 15 and 30 meters. Each enclosure kit includes fence posts, ground spikes or bolt-down plates, standard brackets, 2 corner adapters, steel mesh for the chew guard, UV stable 2 meter wide high tensile poly mesh for the upper section of the fence, high quality stainless steel fixtures, mesh clips, wall mounting brackets, ground netting pegs, 100 cable ties to secure the poly mesh to the brackets. In addition, we also offer both single and double width access gates, diagonal support brace kits for use on long fencing runs and corners. Before you start installing enclosure posts, it is crucial that you locate any underground electrical cables in your garden and make sure you avoid them. We recommend you isolate the power to things like sheds, hot tubs, outdoor lighting, or any other electrical items within the garden. Setting out. Use the netting pegs and some string to mark out the fence line. Measure and mark where the posts will go, ensuring they are no more than 3 meters apart. Pro tip: try to keep even gaps between the posts. Attach the ground fixtures to the posts. Both the ground spikes and the bolt-down plates require a nut and bolt for added security. Installing posts. For installing on a paved area, position your fence post and bolt-down assembly and mark out the holes in the plate with a marker pen or pencil. Drill a 6.5mm hole in the paving. Pro tip: ensure the paving is solid before you start and avoid drilling too close to the edges of the paving stones so they don't crack. For installing on soft ground, position the post accurately and use a spirit level and mallet to knock the post into the ground until the bolt in the spike is touching the ground. Pro tip: in the summer months when the ground is dry and hard, pouring water on the spot will make knocking the post in easier. In fitting your gate, first you'll need to assemble the gate using the hinges and latch provided, then bolt it to the gate posts. The gates are either attached to the longer posts for soft ground or the standard posts with bolt downs for paving. If installing your gate on soft ground, you'll need to dig 2 holes and concrete the posts in position using fast-setting postcrete. If adjoining to a house wall, use the enclosure post fixing brackets to attach a fence post to the wall. This post does not require a ground spike or bolt-down plates. We recommend installing diagonal braces in corners and on every 4th post if doing a long straight run. Fit the rubber gripper strips into the recesses in both sides of the universal brace mounts. Then position them at approximately 1.4 meters off the ground. The orientation can be changed by flipping the brace mount sides, so you can do both corners or inline braces. Slide the cavity pins over 2 halves of the circular key to lock them in position. Insert the threaded top caps into the 2-meter brace posts and screw the eye bolts in. Line up the eye bolts with the brace mounts and secure the countersunk bolt into the corresponding nut. Pro tip: dig the brace posts into the ground slightly to ensure there is no movement on the post. Steel mesh. Take care not to trap fingers in the squares when you open the mesh. Align the mesh with the first fence post and fix the mesh to it using the mesh clips and screws. Unravel the mesh and stretch it out so that it touches the floor. If there are any undulations in the ground, then you will need to use a spade to create a groove for the mesh to sit in. Once tight, work your way along the posts, securing them with 2 mesh clips per post. Pro tip: to get top results, we recommend using 2 people to do this, one to pull the mesh taut while the other one secures it in place. When you reach the corner post, cable tie the mesh to the post and cut the mesh with wire cutters. You can begin the next run of mesh by attaching it to the adjacent side of the post using cable ties. Revisit the corner post and secure the steel mesh with mesh clips. Poly mesh. Attach the corner adapters to the corner posts. Use a cable tie to attach the edge of the mesh to the overhang bracket. Once aligned, screw the bracket to the post so that it clamps over the mesh. Follow the line of the mesh level with the bend on the bracket and repeat the process. The mesh should be level and reach the tip of the overhang brackets. Using cable ties, secure the mesh to the overhang brackets, pulling it tight as you move along the fence line. In the corners, secure one length of mesh to the bracket, pulling it tight. Cut a line down the edge of the bracket, then overlap the excess mesh and secure with cable ties. The mesh should overlap the tip of the bracket. Join the overlapping mesh with cable ties. Final securing. Secure the poly mesh to the steel mesh using cable ties spaced 50 cm apart. Secure the steel mesh to the ground with netting pegs where necessary. Cable tie the mesh to the gate frames and trim any excess mesh away. Fit the post end caps with either a hammer or mallet. Check for gaps and jump points before allowing your cats to enjoy their new outdoor space.